It is a cold, windy morning with no deer around. I need to pick my grapefruit up. It looks like a trash dump there with my grapefruit out there. Windy, cold. Great way to start another week. Let's see, we're pretty unlevel there, aren't we? Yeah, we're pretty unlevel there. Get up there and see if we can make some noise and get a little deer, some deer to come around out here. Should be some boys around close. Oh, mercy. What do y'all say? What do y'all say anyway? Hey, there we go. You wasn't very far, were you? Huh? $4 and a doe. Yeah. Forrest has already been here this morning. Forrest has already been here, and I fed him off the porch, but I bet he's not very far away. I can't believe there's not somebody else showing up. It's cold out here this morning. And windy. North wind blowing like crazy. And we'll stop with that for right now since there's only 4 or 5 guys around here. Kind of thought there'd be a few more deer come around. We have finally had some winter here in Oklahoma. I'm talking about chill temperatures down below zero. That's pretty cold for Oklahoma. You get chill temperatures down below zero. Yes, sir. Well, actually I was talking about, said something about for a little girl. That's a little boy out there too. That's a little buck out there, a little button buck. And so actually that's all 5 bucks there. The bucks have started running together again, which pretty much proves the rut's about over. There probably will be still some breeding activity if a buck can get a chance, but that's pretty much all said and done. We hope that we have 18 bred does, maybe 19. We got 1 fawn up there. I don't know if she got bred or not in the pen, but we got beautiful, beautiful deer out there. Looking great. Cold, windy January morning, 2022, into a brand new year, 2022. My. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. And but all is well. All is well here on the Eagle. I guess all the other little deer are running around up around the pens. The babies stay around those pens because their mamas is in there. That's just what they do. Oh, I'm looking off out through the woods to see if anything's moving. Look way off out there. Way off out there, and you see Mr. Forrest laying out there. I believe. Is that not Mr. Forrest laying there? Or is that my imagination? All right, you deer hunters. That's a deer laying there. Looking the other direction. That is definitely him. See his antlers there? Yeah, that's a pretty tough spot right there. That's pretty hard to see that guy out there. He's had his breakfast, so he's not even coming around all the others up here eating. He's just getting down out of the wind. They'll get down in these bottoms to try to get out of the wind when the wind's blowing. It's really cold like it is now. I don't know if they got the news or not, but it's going to get a whole lot colder. Yes, it is going to get a whole lot colder before it gets warmer. And then we got a couple, 2 or 3 nice days, and then some more bad weather coming in. But that's January. We had an incredible December. I have to go check those fish out and see if those fish are still out there in that 20-foot water. Has that been special or what? Good morning, TC. Good morning, TC. I tell you what, you want to take a look at some antlers? Some antlers that have grown. There's some antlers that have grown, and there's a 250-pound deer probably also. Well over 200 pounds, no doubt about that. Thundercloud. We've called him TC ever since we've had him. Actually got him from a friend of mine over here in Oklahoma. That's an Oklahoma deer. But he has bred a lot of babies. That's Forrest Daddy, and some of those little small babies out there belong to TC. But he's bred some babies in the wild too. A lot of them that we don't know about that don't have tags on them that are his babies, because he's been out now for 2 full ruts. And he'd lost quite a bit of weight during the rut, even though he gets a lot of food. But as you can see by looking at that big fat boy, he has gained a lot of that weight back. I mean, a lot of that weight back. And he looks spectacular. He looks spectacular. This is actually one of his little boys that's come up here on the porch. that is not too spectacular. That is one of Forrest's babies, TC's Thundercloud's babies right there. And he is not very spectacular. He's just a little 4-point, but or maybe even a 3. And he doesn't really like to eat off the porch when I'm sitting here talking. But he is really, really something. So, he is a pretty boy. The other pretty boy out there is Mr. Forrest. And it's another great day to be alive, my goodness. Frosty, cold, and the deer looking for some South Fresh feed. Hey, baby. Hey, baby doll. Look down there. Look down there. Will you look down there? That is just gorgeous, isn't it? I love to see big bucks laying down. It's a sight that I've said many times before. Even avid deer hunters don't get to see too awful often. Too awful often. Is that a word? Too awful often. But anyway, here's my baby girl all fluffed up. It is down around 0, chill temperature this morning. Drastically cold. Drastically cold. The wind, I know the audio is horrible. You just have to live with it. But now you can see I can make them get up. Yes, I can. I'm getting in the food bucket. Putting some food out there. Most people see deer running away from them. I see deer running to me. I see deer running to me. 0 degrees and the deer are not having any problem with it at all. Does and bucks here. Looks like I got about 9 or 10 deer. Probably had some more running in as they hear me talking out here. The wind's blowing out of the north. I know the audio is, again, probably pretty horrible. But I've given these guys some nice breakfast this morning. As we head off to church, I hope they have the church warmed up. I noticed in Oklahoma City on the news this morning, an awful lot of churches closed today. Mr. Forrest is looking good. One little doe running around with the bucks, and then some other does come in. And there they are off over here on the other side. A little tiny 4-point. Now those little bucks are going to be good ones next year. We hope we make it all through and kind of watch our antlers start growing here again pretty soon. Woo! It's windy. Chill temperature below 0. Oh my goodness. It is a great day in the neighborhood, no doubt about that. Pretty foggy this morning early, but the fog is going away. You can see a little bit out there on the water. It's a great day in the neighborhood for all of the boys and girls. They're all out there. It is still down below freezing here in Oklahoma, but we're forecast a beautiful day today, up around 50 degrees. As you can see, we do not have that strong north wind. There's Mr. Thundercloud right in the middle. There's Forrest, my baby. Some of the boys and girls out there in a beautiful, beautiful January morning here at the Eagle. What a great time to be alive in America. What a great time to be alive at the Eagle. The deer are out feeding on, I don't know really what they're feeding on. There's not much out there. Frost on the pumpkin this morning. Absolutely no doubt about it. A lot of frost on the pumpkin. Beautiful. We need rain. The lake is very, very low, but the fishing is good. You can see those trees over there still got a little frost on them. The sun is going to wipe that out pretty quick. Look at TC, majestic, majestic as he walks there. Absolutely majestic. This is, oh my goodness, it's just going to be a wonderful, wonderful day. Chris is already dressed and ready for the day, and I am also. So let's rock and roll. Good morning, TC. Good morning, TC. I tell you what, you want to take a look at some antlers? Some antlers that have grown. There's some antlers that have grown, and there's a 250-pound deer probably also. Well over 200 pounds, no doubt about that. Thundercloud. We've called him TC ever since we've had him. Actually got him from a friend of mine over here in Oklahoma. That's an Oklahoma deer. But he has bred a lot of babies. That's Forrest Daddy, and some of those little small babies out there belong to TC. But he's bred some babies in the wild too. A lot of them that we don't know about that don't have tags on them that are his babies, because he's been out now for 2 full ruts. And he'd lost quite a bit of weight during the rut, even though he gets a lot of food. But as you can see by looking at that big fat boy, he has gained a lot of that weight back. I mean, a lot of that weight back. And he looks spectacular. He looks spectacular. This is actually one of his little boys that's come up here on the porch. that is not too spectacular. That is one of Forrest's babies, TC's Thundercloud's babies right there. And he is not very spectacular. He's just a little 4-point, but or maybe even a 3. And he doesn't really like to eat off the porch when I'm sitting here talking. But he is really, really something. So, he is a pretty boy. The other pretty boy out there is Mr. Forrest. And it's another great day to be alive, my goodness. Frosty, cold, and the deer looking for some South Fresh feed. Okay, we've been shooting that video there in the yard. I mean in the house of that big 12-point out there, and there he is right out there. And he didn't run off when I walked out. I think that's him. But you can see we got deer zooming in. Zoomy's coming right there, zooming in. They're zooming in because Jimmy's walking toward the feeder and talking to the telephone. I spend about as much time talking to the telephone as I do talking on the telephone. And there they're gonna duke it out up there a little bit. No, he's got one of the little ones. No, that's Forrest. Forrest says, I'd just soon push around with you than push around with that big 12-point, because that big 12-point was getting kind of aggressive. He was getting kind of aggressive. And there he is way off out there. You can see just what a beautiful deer he is. He's gorgeous. And he's kind of got addicted on South Fresh deer food. And he's tamed up quite a little bit. And could that be Milburn? Probably not, but you never know. I mean, we just don't know. With another deer we thought was Milburn and was coming around for a while during the rut, but he's quit coming around. I doubt that is Milburn, because I think that deer's a year older. I think that's a 3-year-old deal right here. What do you say, Ot 3? Little Ot 3 there. He's totally healed over. His head's totally healed over. Probably not be another horn ever come out of that. I don't see how it could, because it's totally healed up. The hair's grown over it. He says, Jimmy, please, buddy, give me some food. Give me some food, pal. Give me some food. This is pretty special. I don't care what anybody says. Hi, buddy. Hi there, pal. I just would probably eat out of your hand. I bet as it gets colder and all the stuff in the woods get harder to come by, I bet a lot of y'all guys will probably consider eating out of my hand, won't you, huh? Huh? How's that? You guys are hungry this morning. Y'all been feeding all morning. I've been watching you. Yeah, y'all been feeding all morning. I want y'all to spread out because I want the babies to be able to get all of their food too. Yeah, I want the babies to be able to get plenty of food. You can see the big guy out there. And then of course he's thinking, oh yeah, you better get on out of here. I'll whoop you. Better get on out of here. I'll push you around like a freight train. Yes, I will. And he's thinking, well, I don't know. I might ought to get out of here. But he'll be back. He'll be back. Sure hope he loses those antlers around somewhere where I'm walking. The amazing thing about shed hunting is you can actually walk right by them. Right by them. I got both the whiteys last year and I looked for them for, I don't know, I walked for miles. And when I finally found them, I found them in an area that I'd probably walked within 20 or 30 feet. Not once, but 2 or 3 times. So, all right. You can see Mr. Forrest is not too interested in getting up here and getting involved in all of this feeding. Where he's not even up here. He's not up here, period. Where is he? Oh, here he comes. He said, you guys can rush on up there if you want. My master gives me private dinner, private breakfast. He gives me a private breakfast and a private dinner every single day. And he's my boss. Yes, he said, I'll come on up here and eat a little bit just to be sociable. But I really have my belly full. And if I'm a good boy, I'll probably get some carrots. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Plus that one out there is 11. Apache told me there was 17 here the other day, but I've not had that many since I've been back from Christmas and we got into the new year. But I love it, I love it, I love it. Hope y'all are enjoying Not quite the Brownville Deer Pantry, which is an incredibly great channel on YouTube, but it's breakfast at the Eagle.